Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Waters of Humanity, the divine waters from above the dome and the divine waters from within. Comment, like, and subscribe and share this video. Also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I make new videos. And also hit that like button so YouTube algorithm can pick this up because this is a very important video for my sisters. Disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor, nor I'm a gynecologist. I just did intensive research on this subject and put in studies from around the world that talks about this dangerous disorder, preclampsia, during pregnancy, and from medical doctors that basically did the research and the studies themselves. So I'm just showing this to you ladies, for you to be aware of this. So whenever some bandit tries to knock you up or whatever, look at this first before you get pregnant by anybody. So let's talk about this. So preeclampsia is a pregnancy disorder that is by an abnormal placenta, characterized by high blood pressure and the presence of protein in the urine. The condition typically arises after 20 weeks of pregnancy. And in severe cases, red blood cells breakdown occurs, resulting in low blood platelets count, compromising liver function, kidney dysfunction, shortness of breath due to fluid buildup in the lungs, swelling, and visual disturbances. If left untreated, it may result in seizures. This is called eclampsia. Black women in the United States and Africa are at increased risk of preeclampsia. The allelic variant in this gene for apolipoprotein Li or ApoL1 are only found in populations of African ancestry and has been shown to contribute significant risk of kidney disease. Recent studies suggest that these ApoL1 variants also may contribute to a risk of preeclampsia. Now, this is very important. This is just fascinating research. The part that I want to really emphasize is this part that was studied by the University of Utah. A man can pass down genetic flaws and have offspring at conception. It appears that some still unidentified genetic traits can contribute to preeclampsia in his mate. His study co-author M. Sean Epstein, an obstetrician at Utah. The work reinforced the notion that the condition, at least most of the time, is triggered by characteristics of the fetus, not the mother, he says. The study appeared in the March 22nd New England Journal of Medicine. This is very interesting, and this is very alarming for women to understand this, because this just proves my point about the defection in the genetics of the men. Now, again, males that are watching, if you are watching this is not attack to you. This can actually help you so you can do some inner work on yourself so you can heal your DNA, because I have something for both parties to look at the end of this video. So let's move on. And we're going to talk about the first studies to look at baby's DNA. So the rapid scan of genomes of a complete set of DNA of large number of people find variants in the genetic codes that are linked to particular diseases. Dr. Morgan explains that previous studies of preeclampsia have been difficult because the condition arises during the formation of the placenta, but we now know this is because of the abnormal placenta. Mostly, I'm sorry to say this, during the males, when the women are giving birth to males. It's very hard and it's difficult, especially with the men. And I have sisters and my friends that have been talking about this, and ladies who had male birth, please comment below if you had difficulty during your pregnancy when you were birthed in boys. I would love to know, because we all know that this is during our conversation. This is true. So, but now the GWAS allows us to look for clues in the mother, father, and the DNA she added. Previous GWAS analysis of preeclampsia have been done, but these are only focused on the DNA of the mother. They should be focused on the DNA of the father. But I already talked about that already, and it clearly talks about the Yuku DNA. So Yeah, Dr. Morgan says for many years, midwives and pediatricians have known that the woman is more likely to develop preeclampsia if her mother or sister have distorted insight due to unsafe environment and stresses. This is very important. Due to unsafe environments and stresses that she develops preeclampsia. Now, doesn't that sound familiar in our community? You have a lot of these males that make unsafe societies for women. They abandon their children. What else did they do? During pregnancy, they cheat on their wives, their girlfriends. And this is the reason why this disorder happens. They are programmed. I'm telling you this right now. I'm getting too excited because this ties all down to what I've been saying for a while, that the Yuku DNA is a defection. It's in their DNA. Okay? So I'm going to talk about the Yuku DNA and details. The Yuku DNA is a defective program that stores in a 4-letter alphabet of the nucleotide codex of one DNA. It is most prominent in the Black ethnic group. However, it can be found in a non-ethnic group as well. This virus can lead to self-destruction of a mammal group as well as destroying life. It's said to be responsible of many civilizations wiped out in human past. The origin of this virus is unknown. Now, it's in the DNAs of a lot of our people, especially the men.
To be strong on the outside because this is our community. And, we are for ourselves, but this black on black crime, it's not doing it.
Breaking new details this hour on a double shooting in broad daylight in Southeast. One of the victims, a pregnant woman, has now died. Her child survived. Police now calling it a brazen and heinous act.
Go the rest of my life without my baby.
Police say this man, her fiancé, 32-year-old Dante McCrae, shot O'Neal outside the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville Sunday night.
My sister didn't deserve that.
Katina says the problem started with infidelity, which she says McCrae admitted to when they came to visit just hours before her daughter was killed.
So when he told me, he's like, oh, well, Mom, it's a baby. I looked, I said, so you didn't cheat, you got a child? He like, yeah.
Katina says after a physical altercation that afternoon, the couple went their separate ways. O'Neal went for a drive.
She said, I want to go alone, so I'm thinking she's going to bed.
Her mother says her caring heart led her back to McCrae.
I should have told her, girl, I'm going anyway. He was on his way to work, and she took him to work. Even though all that they did there, she still went and picked him up and took him to work.
Where she and investigators say things took a turn.
He went in the back of her car, in her back door, and grabbed her gun out of her purse and aimed it at her and shot her.
Shot and killed Monique Aldridge last Thursday at the home she shared with her boyfriend.
This is the story of 29-year-old Monique Aldridge, a fitness trainer who was shot to death by her ex-husband and father of her 5-year-old child, Vaughn Boatner, age 33, while in a home with her new boyfriend.
Police Chief Brian Matthews says the victim from Oakland is currently at a hospital in critical but stable condition.
Mr. Boat, child located at the home at the time of the shooting, was their son.
Monique had moved on with her life and had found a new partner, but her ex-husband, who would not let that happen, tracked her while she was with her new boyfriend, then shot her 7 times in the head and then the boyfriend before fleeing the state, prompting the U.S. Marshal to start a nationwide manhunt. Was someone who changed into a loving and formidable person who had a love and ardor for wholesome living, leading her to a profession in healthcare and beginning her very personal private training business.
We've been going our separate ways, and I let him be, but he couldn't let me be. He couldn't let me be happy. He couldn't let me move on with my life.
His family now sharing their story, hoping it helps someone else.
Remember at the beginning of the video, I was talking about the studies of Utah University. Basically, they were talking about the males given the preclampsia disorder at conception. I believe that the preeclampsia and the Yuku DNA goes hand in hand. For instance, this story about this Wisconsin boy who was 10 years old who shot his mother dead after she refused to buy him a $500 virtual reality headset. And then what's much more interesting is that he lied to the lawyer saying that he was playing with the gun, trying to scare her. But then how did you know how to purchase things online? You see, if they already have this lion narcissistic way of them at that age, there's no saving them. I'm sorry. There's no saving them. So I want to reply to this mother, this black mother that was very, very concerned about her 14-year-old boy when she watched one of my videos of black male stalking black women spiritually. And this is my reply to you and any other mother. If your son is showing symptoms of the Yuku DNA, if he is basically being misogynistic, if he is being antisocial to you, always locking himself up in the room, not even having loving conversations with you, if he's blaming you for anything with the father, all that type of stuff, if he's playing video games that, because most of the time online there's a lot of video games that are misogynistic, and online is like pure of misogyny. Trust me, when I was young, I used to play video games. It's because I know they hate women over there too. So you better be watching that as well. If he's hanging around with derelict friends that are anti-black women, if he is listening to low vibrational music like Future and all these rap music that literally is all about misogyny, you have to be aware of this, mothers. If he's doing any of these things, send him to his father. If the father is alive, and if his father is, if not in prison, then if his father has family members like his uncles or, cousins, try to work out some arrangement there, because your life is important. You don't want to end up like this Wisconsin mother, because there's a lot of stories that are not picked up by the news that literally talks about this all the time. These black boys are killing their mothers for stupid reasons. And I want to talk about how the Yuku DNA can be activated. The Yuku DNA can be activated by the following: murdering your own kind and trafficking children, eating inorganic processed food and meat, drinking contaminated water, unhealthy living environments, listen to low vibrational music, not protecting the black womb, which is your mother, self-hatred, destroying Mother Nature, and disrespecting the sacredness of the water. Now, these are the downloads that I get from the higher ups, and I just want to put this out there because these are things that could trigger that distortion inside the male's DNA. I will talk about there's a way to heal them later on, but I want to get on to this story about this interview with this bandit called Jadina. Now, Jadina made this interview, which I will put in the video later, but he was talking about how he hurt black women and he used them and things like that. Like, he's a narcissist, he loves lying. I told you, these males are shark kids. They're disconnected from the divine feminine, which is the black womb. They don't have life force energy. That's why they have to siphon off of women. I said this before, it is a fact. He has no remorse for any of these women. And I also believe that it's going to be a trend with these males trying to get sympathy for black women so they can pull us back in to be on their side. Don't fall for it, sisters. Jadina is a liar. He doesn't have no remorse, no guilt on anything. Because if he really wanted true repent, he would pay for all of the damages he done for these women in his life. Pay for their therapy, because they're going through so much. He doesn't understand or understand the spiritual damage that he done to these women. Now they are with nightmares of his demonic energy in their womb. Do you understand? He doesn't know. He's demonic. And I do not believe anything he says. He's just getting sympathy because he's a failed artist. And just like a lot of these black males are failed artists in the industry. And I don't believe him. And he knows that the karma is going to hit him dead because this is a year of the mother, the black mother, the womb. Okay. So all these males, just like, with P. Diddy and, they're going down. And as I said this before, I came from the higher heavens. Black males, a lot of you are going to pay for what you did to black women. You males mess with their heart center. You're messing with their environment, the ecosystem. Therefore, you're going to get karma hit back to you. It doesn't matter if you can put in interviews. Trust me, I know, because I'm an oracle and I see it. You guys are going down. So take a look at this video and let me know what you guys think.
So poignant for me, because it's the opposite of being an imposter. Can I tell you how good of a liar I have been in my life? I know how to tell a good lie. You tell 98% of the truth and then 2% is a lie. That's how you become a good liar. I used to lie for sport just because it was fun. I didn't realize I just enjoy manipulation. I'm an excellent manipulator. I didn't understand yet how to relate to women in a way that wasn't like exploitative. And I would find different ways to make them feel that what they said I was doing was not happening. To make them feel like, oh, he is listening. Actually, he does want to talk. I was with an emotionally absent guy before him. That he's acting with his heart. Actually, that's sweet. Like, I got them to think that. Instead of what was really happening is what they were saying. I'm a man in this world. You do things on my time, when I want it. I want to talk about it now. Don't walk away from me. Do not walk away from me. Instead of, hey, she just said she needed time to process. Nah, and that's what I did. One time I was dating this woman, I was feeling hot, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cry for her and see if she hears me. But it wasn't a real cry. I just made tears come out. If you are creative, I folded you into my artwork. If you were in my artwork, I gave you a job. I gave you a job. I mastered your life. I gave you a house, food, everything you needed. I protected and provided for you. I did what men are supposed to do. I remember different quotes I said, like just like really manipulative things to say, like, no one's gonna love you the way I do. My God. My God, man, how could I do that to black women? I'm ashamed of it. And that's what makes me angry when I see my brothers do that. I understand it, but I can't have that anymore. We can't do that to the women that have done so much for us to even exist. Right. I did that. I robbed some women of their baby-making years, dragging them along. They built me up. You must pay for it. Look at me now, and look at them. It's horrific, man.
So what is a dark empath? A dark empath are animated dead bodies that change their position to serve their ego. They do not have a genuine order, systemic moral code of love because their genetics are distorted. All morality is relative to their desire. They are obvious hypocrites, and we use empath's heart center as a tool of control. Their chameleon nature allows them to pass the radar of people in public if you're not aware of their dark triad nature. Their lives revolve around manipulation, terrorism, and siphon out the energies of people who are close to them. The dark empath can be found in both genders. However, studies show it's more potent in men. They are also cut off from the source of life, which is why they attach themselves to the women in any way possible. I want to get and talk about how you can heal the Yuku DNA by doing these actions of the following. So this is a reply to help the men and women who have young boys. The Yuku DNA can be healed by the following actions. Forgive yourself and forgive others. 30 minutes to an hour of sunlight every day will heal your DNA immensely because we all come from the black womb, which is the black solar disk, the sun. This is very important. Be accountable for your actions. Honor thy mother. Super important because we come from the black womb. Ground yourself in the ocean. Our DNA is the ocean. Protect women and children in your community. See all Black women as Divine Mother. Practice celibacy will heal your Divine Feminine and protect your Divine Feminine from energy vampires. Heal your inner child by going from within. Listen into the Earth's heart frequency, 432 hertz, and higher cosmic frequencies of the cosmic womb. Eat organic, alkaline, vegan food and clean water. It's very important to do. Give gratitude to nature and the Black womb. Stay away from energy vampires. Take care of the environment, because the environment is us. We are made from nature. Practice self-love and kinetic yoga and dancing. And last but not least, practice setting boundaries in all areas of your life. Learn to say no. So I hope this video helped anyone who was watching. And please give it a thumbs up and share this video and be notified. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I make new videos. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to contribute to my channel, I will accept love donations. I'll put the my link on the bottom, and there you will see on the screen, so you can help donate, so you can help this channel grow. This is like the best channel on YouTube. This is spiritual divine information for the Black community and anyone else who wants to upgrade in their ascension. Okay, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. This is Borders of Humanity chiming out. Mwah. Okay, bye.